already spent some, so I don't need to spend no more. Child, let me tell you, I probably shouldn't say nothing until it happened, but they say life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I'm speaking this. So, I had a appointment, right, for a fair hearing. That's court. I had to go take care of some business because some money was owed to me, and the people that owe me the money don't want to give it to me. So I had put in another one. I'm finding out now it was the 10th of this month. But I had put one in April, May, July, and August. Right? And the lady was this is the first time I got the appointment to go in, and I went, but the appointment that I was going in for wasn't the one that I needed. I'm chilly. I'll put my sweater on. I got my sweater on in here. But the judge told me, said, well, it wouldn't have made a difference because the one you doing now is not what we're going to tell you is that you will have to do another one. You will have to do another court order because they stop your money because of this situation. So if you want to get that money back, you have to put in another request for the length of time that it was stopped. So I said, well, I put one in already. But I thought she was going to go on her system and see it. She sends me out and tells me, well, go and make another request. So I'm saying to myself, why should I make another request if I already made one? Shouldn't you be telling me, oh, let me check and see if you got a request in there? So if you got a request in there already, then I can look and see whether there's an appointment or not, right? So anyway, so I say, be obedient. The Lord told me I'll bless you. So I came out. She told me go to the front desk where you got to check in to see the judge. So I had to go back to that same lady that checked me in. And she was like, okay, please forgive me if I'm taking a long time or whatever, right? I told her, I said, it's okay, I don't mind. Do you. So she was asking me the questions. And then she said, you know what? I see a lot of numbers here. There's a lot of, I guess each case is under different numbers, right? So she brought up one number, and she was reading what I put in, because you can write the judge. So she was reading what I wrote, and then she said, wait a minute, here go another one. And then she said, wait a minute, here go another one. So she went in. There was 3 of them that they put all together, right? And then there was one that was by itself. She said, let me pull up that number, because she was focusing on the 3 that was together. So she was already saying, well, these 3 right here, they all saying the same thing. that they took your money from this period of time to that period of time. And the good thing that I was happy about that is she could see the time span that the money was taken, and she could see the time span that it started from. Right? So what's this? Hold on, I'm gonna walk up on it. It seemed like a comfortable block. So that number that was by itself, she brought it up, right? And when she brought up that number, she said that number states that you won the case. And they were supposed to give you the money back since, I think that was July or April or something like that. They were supposed to give you the money back then. They was informed that you won, and the money was supposed to have been given back to you. So she said, I got to go back in there. She said, give me time. She said, 10 days. She said, give me time. I got to go back in there. I got to write it in there, write it up so that the person that got to give me the money got to read it. And then it's all about, they got the address messed up. The money would have been there. They would have never took the money. They would have never stopped the money. They would have never messed with the money if they had the address correct, because they send me out some mail, and God is so good. Because see, certain situations, certain times, depending on who you get, you could tell people that, oh, I didn't get such and such. I didn't get the letter. And they won't believe you, because see, that's the mailman word, even though the mailman ain't there, against you, because logically, mail is delivered every day. So, since mail is delivered every day, and you talking about you ain't getting no mail, you know, it has to be a history of not getting mail, so forth and so on. But good thing about it, it was in the notes or in the code, some code or something, that they could see that the mail was returned back. And when the mail was returned back, that's when they took the money. So that was back in June or July. No, actually that was back in May. That was back in May, because we was already between addresses. So from May, because I moved in June, and the good thing about it is that they still got in the system that my address is the old address, Brooklyn, put like this, that my address is the Brooklyn address. So oh, ain't nobody in there. So they got all that already. So now the thing is that she said I'm gonna update the system now. So I'm gonna update it now and put your address in it. She said, and you have to inform the other people of your new address so that they could put it in. She said, and within this amount of days, you know, you check and it should be there. But here's a big, fat, good, juicy part about it. I wasn't gonna go. The beginning of this video, I said I wanted to go and spend some money. So that's what I was gonna do. I was supposed to go and do something, leaving my home, leaving the Bronx. I was setting out to come to Brooklyn, but not go to court yet, because my appointment wasn't until mid-afternoon. And here's the funniest thing. I took the train, got off at Kosciuszko, because I was going to take care that stop, that spending money thing, let me put it that way. I was gonna go, that's where I was headed to spend the money. But I got off a little bit too early, too late, or however it was, because I got off at Kosciuszko. And I was supposed to get off at Gates. So there was a fish store on Kosciuszko on Broadway. So I stopped there, got me some box of fish fillet with some rice. And I ate that. And I said, well, you know what? My mind kept telling me, go to the courts, go to the courts. Because I was leaning towards the fact that I had already put in another request. It actually was this month. So it was a week or so ago. The 10th, that was this week. That was actually this week. So that means that now I see how they do it, because when they read it, if they see that you supposed to win it, then they put right in that you won. And they'll indicate to the party that if they owe you money or whatever the case may be, they'll indicate to them what to do. So she, the lady, she was up in age. You could tell she worked for the city a long time, or for the court system a long time. And she was like, forgive me for how long I'm taking. She said, but I want to make sure that everything is done so you don't have to come back. And she went through each of them to make sure that I had, because I put in these things. When they start messing with my money, I put it in. I don't be playing, especially if I'm doing right, and especially if it ain't my fault of what happened. I don't be playing with them. So she said, I'm sorry, you know, and it even came up to show her the court date that I went in, the request where I went in. Oh, I should have went through the court. That I went in for today. That showed up. She said, that's the one for today. She said, oh, all right. She said, okay, well that you don't need that one. Because that was just where they supposed to go over everything and find out what's really happening and fix it, right? And then tell me with my face what they doing, why they doing it. So, but I didn't need that one because they had already took them. So now, that's what she told me. So now my praise and God's glory is seen because I was obedient and I went. Because I'm not going to say I didn't want to go, but I was like torn. Like the place where I wanted to go spend money was on the other side of Brooklyn and the courts was downtown. So coming from Bronx, I was really close to downtown, but I was like, okay, I'm going to go into Brooklyn. There was 3 things I had to do. I said, I'm going to go into Brooklyn. I'm going to spend the money. Then I'm going to go get more money. And then I'm going to go to the court. Then I said, well, maybe I should go to the court first, then come back down and get the money, and then go spend the money. But I didn't do neither. I did do the court. I did go to the court. And I did spend the money. But I spent it differently. Not the plans that I had to spend it on. So what I planned on doing with it earlier, I put that aside. I'll do that another time because what I was going to do, I could wait on that. I could wait on that. The money that I spent, okay, it was pretty good. It was worthwhile. It was something that was needed to be done. So the thing is that if the money come in, you know what I'm saying, I'll be able to do some things. Even adding on to what I wanted to do. Ooh, this sun is bright. You can't even see the end of the block. I remember I was going to the Bronx, Far Rockaway, and we was on our way. And the sun was bright. Lord have mercy. It was only God. Because you couldn't see it. I could not see ahead of me. I could not see ahead of me. The sun was shining in my eyes. The visor wasn't working or nothing. The visor wasn't working. I don't think if I should have kept going there. The visor wasn't, when I say it wasn't working, what I mean is that it was so bright that I couldn't see. Heck, I should have went down. We were walking down Fulton. It was so bright that I couldn't see, and I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, but I was like, Lord, you gotta drive for me, And I don't know whether any drivers have experienced that. If you're a long-term driver, then you're probably cool with it. But just driving a few months or years, that was scary. And then to top it off, we was on the highway. We had to go across a bridge. We couldn't see nothing in front of us. And the good thing we didn't have to go into oncoming traffic. All traffic was going the way I was going. But we came to a fork of the highway where the traffic was coming from the left of us. But we did it. God took us through it. And you talking about somebody and Dan was sitting in the front. And she was trying to help me. Well, I want some cake.